Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in the world. This is Philip Chan, your host today on the Radio Works World, together with Marina Nani. I'm looking forward to sharing some information with you and a part of my life story, and I hope you can relate to that. So before I start, I'll just hand over to Marina so she can say hello to everybody.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Thank you for being here. And I'm so grateful, Philip, for you hosting this show because everybody's asking, what's next? What's next? So, welcome to Radio Works World. Philip Chan, our host, is the Fresh Learning host at Radio Works World. And his fans are spread now over 5 continents. And everybody's waiting with bated breath to see what's next. And I know we have breaking news. And at some point, I'm going to announce that. But in the meantime, over to you, Philip.
Well, thank you very much. Well, today I really want to share some personal stories with you, and I'm going to be jumping about a little bit, and I hope you don't mind that. Um, One of the things that's inspired me to write my third book, The Fresh Start Learning, was actually I want to share information with a lot of adults, and also to be thankful for three of my maths teachers a long time ago who actually gave me the breakthrough. And I've always been looking for ways to say how can I thank them. I never had the opportunity until now. So I want to just thank you, Dave Crumpton, Roland Duff, and Patrick Ryan. Thank you for that. It's good to mention their names. What happened is, way back when I was at school, in those days, in order to take your exam, the final exam for equivalent to GCSE, it used to be called the O-level exam. You do a mock exam before the thing, and also if you pass that, then the school will enter you. If you didn't, the school would not enter you. And I was very gutted because when the mock results came through, I think I was 1 or 2 marks off the pass mark, and I was horrified. I thought, "Oh crikey, I can't go home telling my mum and dad, you know, they're gonna make mincemeat of me, you know." And I plea and plea with my teachers. Eventually, I think they felt sorry for me. They let me take the exam. So they worked with miracle, and at the end there, I managed to get through that exam, and then I was going to go on to the next level. Now, at that time, I managed to get from bottom set 10 to set 2, but I never got to set 1. And in those days, only people in set 1 takes the advanced level of mathematics. But I wanted to do it, and people say, no, no way, no way. You know, you're not clever enough. And I plea and plea and I plea. And actually, Mr. Duff, who I thought was an old man then. Actually, I'm older than he was when I'm back at school age, and he actually said, "Okay, if you're serious, I'll work with you." And so, with his guidance and patience, I eventually got through, and also lucky enough, I actually managed to get to Oxford with with the grace of God. So that was one breakthrough, and I thought the impossible became possible. When I retired from my sporting career back in 1972, I still maintain a basic fitness. And once a year, I actually do a fun run for a particular cancer charity, which I won't name now because unfortunately I don't support them anymore because of what's happened. They've been infiltrated by the big drugs company. But never mind. For 27 years, I actually once a year did a fun run for them. Even if I was injured, I'll still do it. And in fact, the photo of my recent book, that was actually the last picture and the last time I actually run a 10K, because the 2 or 3 years after that I was experiencing intense pain and I didn't know what that was. Eventually they discovered that I actually had a tumor in my spine, and to cut a long story short, then I was due to have an operation, but the hospitals lost my paperwork for 2 years. So in total there was a 4-year delay. And eventually, when I was operated on, it's only during the operation they discovered the tumor has gone into my nerves in the spines as well. And as a consequence, for safety, they actually had to remove some of my nerves, which then affected my movement of my right leg, and I'm actually in pain 24/7, and even today I'm still in pain. However, the bottom line is with that was getting worse and worse. The operation did actually improve it. It's actually made it worse. And technically today I'm actually classed as disabled. So strictly speaking, I suppose I could easily end up in a wheelchair. Uh, but I don't believe that. Mentally, I refuse to believe that. So I'll be working by myself and to actually trying to rebuild my right leg. And I'm actually walking, although in pain, but I'm actually walking. So I'm no longer a disabled person in that sense. So technically, I am DIS disabled, but I really want to be THIS disable. Does that make sense, Marina?
Well, made so much sense for me that actually I wrote a book about your story. And the message is for all the people who feel that they don't have enough, they are not enough, they don't receive enough from the world, is be THIS this able, ABLE person. So the simple truth, great conversations about this able person is about you, Philip. And I'm so grateful you shared your story, and I want every household to have your book. Because if somebody can feel able inside, there is no stopping. And you are just the proof that impossible doesn't exist.
Well, thank you, Marina. Well, thank you, Marina. I will do what I can, as I said, and if somewhere in this message someone says will get some benefit, then this interview has been very, very worthwhile. Obviously, the fight goes on, and I have now a second challenge. I discovered that actually now I have a tumor in my left wrist, and in fact, up to about 2 days ago, I've actually lost the partial use of my left hand, but it's coming back. But this is another challenge. This is another fight. Whether I'm going to win that fight or not it's probably not the more important person, because it means now I've got to go out to do some research to find out on things that could help myself. But more importantly, in the course of that, I hope there'll be information that's going to help other people. So obviously the challenge is to try and win this next battle. But as the bottom line, if I don't win this battle, then maybe some information that I get can actually be helpful to other people who could prevent this. So again, that's that's another story.
So
I mean,
Philip, can I say this?
Yes, indeed.
You taught us that in life there is no losing, it's only learning or winning. And there are not other options, it's just learning or winning. And it's not if you win this battle, it's when you win it, because everybody loves you so much. And surely our love must count for something, must heal your wounds, must help you understand how precious you are and how much we need you to come back and inspire us with another battle you won. Over to you, Philip.
Well, thank you. I mean, there's been very low times, of course, but you actually hit on a very important point: is having friends, to actually support you through your low times. And I'm very grateful for a number of different friends in different areas, and in the business community that's been supporting me with messages and thing. And again, sometimes it's just one word that helps you to take you through the next step, to get you through that pain barrier and to move on. So yes, you're absolutely right. I love poems, and there's lots of poems and phrases that actually has helped me. One of the things that's phrase that always comes in my mind is what I read a book a long time ago. I can't remember who gave me this quote, but it goes like this: every adversity, every heartache carries with it in the seas of a equivalent or great benefit. And that phrase actually has played over my mind over and over and over again. And especially when I go for extreme low time, I just keep repeating that to myself over and over again. Also for me, I love poetry, and again there was very dark times, and one poem that really have lived with me for, I don't know, 30, 40 years of every challenge I had. I'm not a poem person, but I would like to read this to you. It's called "Don't Quit." When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile but you have to sigh, when care's pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is queer with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns, and many faded turns about, when he might have won had he stuck it out. Don't give up, though the pace seems slow, you may succeed with another blow. Often the goal is nearer than it seems to a faint and faltering man. Often the struggler has given up when he might have captured the victor's cup. And he learned too late, when the night came down, how close he was to that golden crown. You see, success is faded, turned inside out, the silver tint of that clouds of doubt. And you never can tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when your heart is hit. It's when things seems worse. That you mustn't quit. And for Maria, this poem has lived with me for a long time, and every time I get very down, I just read this over and over again, and for some strange reason, that's helped me actually just give me strength to go to the next step and go on. Have you any comments, Marina?
Wow, Philip. Yes, I'm thinking that you can't develop courage by being happy. You only ignite courage when you survive difficult moments, difficult times, difficult people, and challenge the challenge. Oh, Philip, I'm so grateful for you being here and inspiring our listeners who I'm sure they will come back here to join our next great conversations. Until next time, if you want to get in touch with Philip, please go to www.jetsetlearning.com and join us and request his upcoming book, which is going to be up on Amazon this Tuesday, The Simple Truth About This Able Person, Great Conversations with Philip Chan. www.radioworks.world. Until next time, from both of us, it's goodbye.
Bye bye.